All right, good morning, traders. Today is December 17th, 2024. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in digital land. I'm talking about Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Everybody, thank you for finding value in my content. All right, my SPY pivot this morning is 605.70. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY closed with a 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute downtrend. SPY made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. FNGU and QQQ made brand new all-time highs. All of the Fab Five still in daily uptrends. Diamond Dow made a lower high and a lower low, closing below a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. IWM made a higher high and a higher low, closing. Diamond Dow made a lower high and a lower low, closing below a bearish trap under the 17. IWM made a higher high and a higher low, closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. Gold, IWM actually made a bullish engulfing, but it didn't go anywhere. Gold in an uptrend made an inside day, closing below a bearish trap under the 17. Silver in a downtrend made a higher high and a higher low, closing under a bearish trap under the 17. UNG in a downtrend made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bullish trap under the 17. USO in an uptrend made an inside day, closing above a bullish trap over the 17. US dollar index still in an uptrend, closed near the 106.89 area. All right, let's go take a look at some charts this morning. SPY kind of falling out of bed right here. We got a couple of trend lines here. We got one coming off the top. We hit this one yesterday and got shot down right there. See this downtrend line right there? That's just stringing together these two highs. Of course, we hit it on the third time and the fourth. It managed to start floating down. All right, so got a little wedge playing out here right now. So I'm looking for price action where if it stops here, maybe it comes all the way down to here, 601.50. We'll see what happens. So there's SPY on the 10-minute chart. And if we look at the close, we have a 10-minute downtrend coming into the close. If we look at the 2-hour chart, 2-hour uptrend going into the close. Although when we open up this morning, it looks like we're going to have ourselves a downtrend on the 2-hour chart. If we look at the daily chart, all right, on the daily chart, what did we do? We made a higher low and a higher high, closing over a bullish trap. You can see the faster moving average, the 3, is up over the slower 2 moving averages. This is the 17, these green dots, and the white line, which is the 8 EMA. So that's a faster moving average over. So it closed over a bullish trap up there. You can see price just kind of moving up, consolidating up through here. So we'll see what happens. So we got a consolidation pattern playing out. My voice is kind of choppy. Let's do this. Let's just pause. All right, so we got ourselves a 10-minute downtrend coming into the close, coming into the open this morning right here. So let's look at the consolidation pattern. If we look at it, here's a channel right here. And there's a channel right here. Okay, so you can see price action. Let's get the drawing tools out. Hopefully they work out pretty good. See if they can get in here. And they're firing up right now. Okay, so we had price action, and we'll take this one right here. So price action moves up, back, up, back, up. Now we were looking for it to come back like halfway and then rip to the upside. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So it looks like we're coming all the way here. And maybe we're coming through. We'll see what happens. All right. But that was the consolidation pattern. We were looking for the half back here and then rip to the upside. Maybe they want to test this one more time. We'll see what happens here this morning. Let's take that out of the way. Let's take a look at QQQ. Oh, let's go ahead and do the consolidation. The over under. All right. So on the over under, what do we got here? We'll take this. Let's edit that. 605. So 605.70 is right there. We want green erasing red. So the first entry for green erasing red is going to be right up here on those bodies. It's going to be 607.89. Okay, so let's take this out, make this 607.89. And on the downside, red erasing green. All of this is the green, so I would want anywhere below 604.19 for red erasing green. 604.19. So below 604.19 is a bearish entry to the downside, and above 607.89 is a bullish entry to the upside. The pivot is 605.70. All right, so there we go. So there's the over-under, 607.89. And we'll move this up here, 604.19, right about there. Okay, so below that is a bearish entry to the downside. There's the game plan for this morning. All right, let's go check out some other indices. Take a look at QQQ. All right, QQQ on the daily chart, new all-time high. Doesn't get any better than that. I don't see exhaustion yet. Looking really good. FNGU. FNGU, new all-time high. I don't see a possible exhaustion on that candle. That's a nice looking candle right there. Okay, possible exhaustion on FNGU. All right, so there's the daily chart. FNGU, new all-time high. Doesn't get any better than that. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow yesterday put in lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap under the 17 EMA. Still up over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. We need to bring this up here. Okay, now it's under that prior all-time high anchored VWAP, and this would be the all-time high right there. That would be the all-time high anchored VWAP. All right, so Diamond Dow still in an uptrend. FNGU, new all-time high, so it's got to be in an uptrend. Diamond Dow, if they break this low, they'll be in a downtrend. All right? Diamond Dow moving up and giving it up. Now, if we look at price action for September, put in the quad lines. Okay, you can see here we are with the quad lines. Kind of still in the upper third up here, so neutral bullish right there on Diamond Dow. IWM. IWM put a bullish engulfing in yesterday. IWM puts in a higher low, higher high, closing just under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA, underneath the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, and underneath an all-time high anchored VWAP right there. Closing in the upper quadrant or the upper third, that's neutral bullish right there. Moving up, giving it up, but holding the upper third. So there's IWM. Just neutral bullish right there for IWM. If they take out this low, they'll be in a downtrend right now. Currently in an uptrend, putting pressure on the downtrend, this lower pivot right there. So there's IWM. Let's take a look at our technicals, T2122. We find ourselves yesterday in the sell zone all day. All right. Good news is we made an equal low. Well, an equal high. Okay, couldn't quite make that higher high right there. T2122. T2123. All right, red from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, putting in a whole lot more distance between that rolling or curling 200 SMA and the price action closing down here on T2123. I would have hoped they got some support on this shelf of price action right here. We'll see if they recover that today, or if they're actually going to come down to this open gap right there and then bounce from there. We'll see what happens. There's T2123. T2123 3-bar chart. Again, a whole lot more space opening up between the rolling 17 and the price action closings down here. T2123 3 bar still up over the rising 200 SMA. Looking for support here, here, and here. We'll see what happens. All right. If they break down below this, they'll have themselves a downtrend, making a lower low. So there's T2123 3 bar. FNGU green from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, kind of holding the higher ground on the post-market, pre-market. That's bullish. FNGU new all-time highs, doesn't get any better than that. Rising up over the 200 SMA and over prior all-time high anchored VWAPs. So it doesn't get any better than that. FNGU. Let's take a look at silver and gold. And we'll head back here. Take a look at GLD. Gold's in an uptrend, but not moving up. Gold, yesterday's price action inside day, lower high, higher low, closing under a bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. Gold, just kind of neutral bullish right here, hanging out in the upper third. Notice moving up and giving it up right there for their gold. Kind of neutral bullish right now. Silver's still in a downtrend. If they take out this high, they'll convert that downtrend or negate the downtrend and convert it to an uptrend. Yesterday's price action is a higher low and a higher high, but closing underneath a bearish trap, underneath the 17 EMA, and underneath these 12-year high anchored VWAPs. Still just neutral on silver, hanging out here at the midpoint, almost leaning a little bit more towards the bearish side. Got a big hockey stick going on. You can see price action moves down. Price action moves down and then over to the right. Okay, so it's kind of just neutral, leaning bearish because of this bear flag. Haven't made a higher high in a while, so we'll see what happens with that. I don't see any bullish activity going on in silver. All right, let's take a look at energy. Start off with UNG. UNG still in a downtrend. All right, they could have converted this or negated the downtrend had they popped over these highs right here, but they failed to do so. Price action for yesterday, all right, it's a lower high, lower low, closing underneath a bearish cross, underneath the bullish trap, underneath the 17 EMA, okay? So UNG still in a downtrend. Just remember, this was the all-time lows. We are not far from all-time lows, all right? There's been no rally to speak of in UNG. Good news is got a little bit of higher high here as compared to the all-time low, but higher low here as compared to the all-time low, but haven't made too many higher highs in a while. Nothing really significant anyways. So there's UNG on the daily chart. Again, we're back underneath the 17 and we're underneath the trap. We're underneath the midpoint and we're leaning on the lower third again. Okay, so there's UNG still in a downtrend. Let's take a look at USO. USO's in an uptrend. Got themselves into a consolidation wedge right here. Starting from here, leaning in there. Okay, and then from here, panning up to that way. All right, so we got ourselves a consolidate. I'd be interested in supporting the winner of the wedge breakout. I'm not convinced yet that that's a breakout. Usually, you know, when I see a breakout, I mean, I want to see it break out like, you know, when you open the door and the dog, you know, is waiting to go outside and he just bolts outside. Not seeing that here, USO. Just kind of looked like they wandered over here by accident. All right, so USO. Unless we get some decent, I want to see some decent igniting candles. And I'm not seeing that in USO, so just further consolidation. We are in an uptrend. We haven't made a downtrend, but we still have these higher lows here. So when they make a lower low, they will negate the uptrend and convert it to a downtrend. Right now, just kind of meandering here, but still in an uptrend. So there's USO. Let's take a look at SMH. Good news on SMH. SMH was looking good yesterday. SMH got a higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, over a 17 EMA. got a higher low, and they negated the downtrend because they took out this high. All right, and they got themselves into an uptrend yesterday. So that's a nice move on the SMH. Didn't see that coming. All right, so SMH looking good. Closing in the upper quadrant, that's bullish. Closing over the all-time high anchored VWAP, also bullish. Everything looking good for SMH. Just kind of leaning bullish here at this time. Got ourselves a bull flag in SMH. Not a real convincing bull flag, but you can see it moving up, holding this higher ground up here. Okay, it's been a little long in the tooth on the flag. Maybe look for Intel, maybe a possible move up. Intel was rocking a little bit yesterday, so keep an eye on that one. All right, let's take a look at XLK. Delete that. All right, XLK doing nice. All right, still in a bull flag. All right, again, so you can see price action kind of moving up and then over to the right. Bull flag there. XLK is our technology sector. All right, you've got XLK yesterday, higher low, higher high. They did not make a new all-time high yesterday, but they tied the all-time high. Okay, so it's pretty close to it. Doesn't get better than that, but because they tied the all-time high. All right, so it's like one notch below. Doesn't get any better than that. As you can see, price action closing over the trap, over the 17, over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, up in quadrant 4, leaning on the top line of quadrant 4. That's very bullish there. Technology looking good and leaning on quadrant 4 to go higher. So there's XLK. Let's take a look at XLI. All right, XLI's in a downtrend because they took out this low right here. So looking to fill gap. I'd expect some gap fill coming. All right, so XLI is our industrial sector. So they're in a downtrend. They're underneath the 17. They're underneath the bearish trap. They're out of the upper third. They've lost that. Okay, and they're now looking like they're going back all the way to the midpoint. All right, so just kind of moving from neutral bullish down to neutral right down here on XLI. That's the industrial sector. Notice they've lost the uptrend line through here. All right, let's take a look at XLU. Utilities, same thing. Downtrend, made a lower low. Yesterday's price action, lower high, lower low, closing underneath the trap, underneath the 17, underneath the upper third, kind of moving up, giving it up, now in a downtrend. Moving back to the neutral state. They came from neutral bullish, and they are moving back towards neutral back here at the midpoint, making lower lows. See that right there? They're taking out, making a lower low. So they're in a downtrend there on XLU. Let's take a look at XLE. It's our energy sector, moving up, giving it up. This has gone from neutral down to neutral bearish. We're now in the lower third down here. We've broken the uptrend line. We've made new lower lows. So XLE in a downtrend. XLI in a downtrend. XLU is in a downtrend. Technology is not. It's looking in a strong uptrend. SMH now in an uptrend. Not a strong uptrend, but an uptrend looking for some igniting move coming off of SMH. Haven't seen it. I don't know if we'll get it. There's XLE. Let's take a look at XRT. That's our retail sector. Still looking very bullish up here. Moving up. Holding the higher ground like that. Okay. XRT up in quadrant 4. Up over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Looking for a measured move up to 88.48. Maybe it comes in tomorrow with some FOMC statements or some kind of news. We'll see what happens. This is XRT, our retail sector. Let's take a look at last one, IYT. IYT, actually we got two more. Okay, IYT, lower high, lower low, closing underneath the trap, underneath the 17, moving up, giving it up, just kind of neutral right there. Okay, so IYT in a downtrend as well. So you got, geez, Transports are in a downtrend. Utilities are in a downtrend. Industrials are in a downtrend. Energy is in a downtrend. We could see a recession coming. I don't know. Either that, this is just a whole lot of profit taking. And now let's take a look at the last one, XLF. XLF moving up, giving it up. Just kind of neutral bullish up here, hanging on to the upper third. If they lose that, they'll come down to the neutral sector. Okay, so XLF moving it up and giving it up right there. Okay, so XLF lower high, lower low, closing underneath the bearish trap, underneath the all-time highs, underneath the 17, still hanging out in the upper third. Really just about to negate the uptrend and convert it to a downtrend. So really just neutral bullish. Like to see them get a hold of this and start moving it back up. We'll see what happens here. That's XLF. All right, so XLF dangerously close to converting a downtrend. All right, let's go take a look at the economic package. For the economic package, here's the dollar. Dollar's in an uptrend, okay? We don't like a strong dollar because a strong dollar means when foreign countries buy our goods and services, all right, it costs them more of their currency to buy ours because of the conversion rate, because we want to get paid in American dollars. Okay, so they have to convert their currency to ours, and when ours is strong, it takes more of theirs to pay us for our goods and services. So we have the strong dollar making higher lows, higher highs, all right? Just kind of consolidating here in a bull flag. Not a good sign for the market. This strong dollar consolidating in a bull flag. All right, so we closed yesterday about 106.89 area, right about there, still in a bull flag. So there's U.S. dollar index. Let's take a look at earnings calendar, and we'll start off with, here's Tuesday, and we've got just some familiar names. Nothing that's going to move the markets here. Wednesday, Micron Technologies. There's some technology super chips or some computer chips. $113 billion they're going to report Wednesday evening, all right after FOMC. And then you got Lennar's got two of them there. You can see 41 and 40. So they're going to report in the evening right alongside technology. Again, some more familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. Thursday, we've got Accenture. They're $224 billion. They're going to report in the morning. Then we got Nike, $114 billion. They're going to report in the evening. And then we got Cintas, okay, uniforms and office stuff right there. So there's $85 billion. They're going to report in the morning. So Cintas and Accenture report in the morning, and you got Nike's going to report in the evening, okay? So these are capable of just kind of tweaking the markets a little bit, not big mega caps, but they could push sectors in one direction or another. So there's Thursday, some in the morning, some in the evening. Friday, familiar names, nothing that's going to move the markets. Monday, familiar names, nothing that's going to move the markets. Well, BHP could have an impact on a sector, but they have not yet decided when they want to report or compile their P&L yet. So there's BHP on that one. Let's go take a look at Max Payne. Max Payne for today, 606. I don't see us being at 606. I think we're well under that 604 and moving down towards that trend line in the consolidation wedge. All right, so but 606 is the Max Payne for today. We'll see what happens. We've got 1 3/4 puts for each call, and that's just the put to call ratio for the puts and calls that expired today at 4:30 or 4:15 on the 17th. Take a look at the economic calendar. Today we got retail sales 8:30, industrial production 9:15, business inventories 10, housing market index 10, and that's it for the rest of the day. Tomorrow we got some of our main event activity coming out. Housing starts and permits 8:30, Current account, 8:30. Atlanta Fed business inflation expectations, 10 o'clock. Petroleum report at 10:30. FOMC is going to make an announcement. That is the highlight of the day right there. That's tomorrow at 2 p.m. All right. And then they're going to have a little presser afterwards at 2:30. Okay. Then the following day, if we didn't get enough highlights on Wednesday afternoon, GDP is going to come out at 8:30. I'm thinking this is not going to look good with the rising dollar. I'll be surprised. We'll see. All right, 8:30 Thursday morning before the market opens. Keep an eye on that. Jobless claims 8:30. Philly Fed manufacturing 8:30. Corporate profits 8:30. Existing home sales 10. Leading indicators 10. And a gas report at 10:30. We'll visit Friday later on in the week. There we go. So that's it for today's news. All right, so we're coming into FOMC. We're still a little bit of profit taking, or is it just letting the wedge play out? So let's take a look. SPY. On the 10-minute in the pre-market, you can see here's our wedge channels. That's these right here. Let me darken them up just a little bit. All right, so you can see there's that one. Crank it up just a little louder right there. And I'll crank this one up just a little bit louder so you can see it. All right, so you can see how we took that high and lined it up with this high, and we bumped our heads on that high yesterday. And then from there, we took a fall back down to here. So we're in that consolidation wedge in this consolidation channel. Still a bullish flag, all right? Just not moving up today, all right? So there's SPY on the 10-minute. Hey, all right. Good morning, Robert, Dennis, Alan, everybody. Thanks for being here. Brad, Paul, love it. All right, so that's it. I'll take questions in the room. If there's no questions, I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes. Going to render my video, get it posted up. All right, thanks for being here. Thanks. AVGO is now part of the $1 trillion club. Hey, let's go look at AVGO. Yeah, look at AVGO. Right there, 250. Remember when that thing reported? It was down here at 170. And then they popped up here to 2. That's a big pop, you know, from 170 to 250. That's a nice move. That's a really nice move. 170 to 250. It's about, what, 80 points there? That was like almost a 50% gain. Let's say you're at 160. All right. Half of 160 is 80. All right. And they just moved from like 170 up to 250. Wow. That's incredible. It's like a 50% pop right there. No wonder FNGU's hitting new all-time highs. Hey, thanks, Kathy. Thanks, Roasted. And the Q's over under. I do not have a Q's over under. Let's go see them though. Let's take a look. 10-minute chart. Q's have to take out this high right here. I mean, they're already hitting new all-time highs, so they haven't had a pullback. So Q's have to take out 538 right here. So Q's over. That didn't take. Q's over 538.86. That's green erases red right there. All right, and underneath 532.76 looks like a gap fill right there to come down and fill gap right there. 532.76. All right. So under 532.76, Take a snapshot. Yep. Oh, you're welcome. All right. All right, traders. That's it. I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes. See if we can. Maybe the bulls will show up today. We'll find out. All right. See you guys in about 45.